Hi everyone, it's time to colour another picture from this page in Small Victories by Johanna Basford. We have what I think is a absolutely piled up bowl of fruit salad. Let's have a closer look. So what I'm thinking is we've got a sort of citrus piece here. I'm trying to point on it there. And these bits here look a bit like kiwi fruit or maybe strawberries. Not sure about this bit. There's a bit there that looks a bit like a citrus. We've got circles which could be berries and blueberries or other things. So we're going to have a little go. Let's start with, I'm thinking the ones I said that could be strawberries, let's do those as a strawberry. Start there. I'm just trying to think what colour a strawberry is. Do you think it's red? This is a Staedtler Ergosoft pencil, that's what I'm going to be using today. You can use any Staedtlers, the numbers match up. This is 29, although if you're using a 24 set of Ergos you won't find the 29, use your 23 instead. So with a strawberry, this part is often white. What I'm going to do is just colour this bit, because I think it's like a cut in half strawberry. It's not as red in the middle, so I'm going to, although it's quite red how I've coloured it, and a bit lighter now, leaving a sort of white line around there. I'm not sure if that's exactly what I can't really remember what they look like. I should have had a look at some pictures. You know, I have the aphantasia where I can't visualise very well. I just can't remember. I can't bring a strawberry into my head. I know that the outside is red and shiny and has seeds that are either black or yellow, but inside is beyond me. These ones I'm going to colour differently. There's one there. You know, I'm thinking that's probably a plum with a stone taken out. But then half a plum, that'd be quite a big mouthful, wouldn't it? Oh well, we've coloured it like that now. I don't think it's that important to get it right. Now these ones that have got a circle and lines, I want to do them as kiwi fruit halves, although kiwi fruit's got a white centre, green around the edge with black dots, black seeds, crunchy seeds. I think I'm just going to go for it. So I'm going to use, I think this sort of olivey green might work, 56. And I'm just going to leave the centre white and just colour this bit green. This might just look totally alien. I think that green is a little bit pale. You can do them however you want, you know. It's quite unusual to have a green fruit, isn't it? I was doing a crossword this morning and there was a fruit clue, and it said something about a fruit and a fruit with its top cut off or something like that. And it ended in S, so I couldn't work it out. I thought it might be grapes, like grapefruit or grapes, but I don't know. I put it in. My son wasn't entirely convinced. He's very good at the old cryptic crossword. But I've just seen another one here that needs to be in this red. 29. But I did manage to complete the Sudoku, which was quite an achievement. Last week I tried 3 times. I kept erasing it and trying again and again. I just never got there. But so I'm showing off that I did it this time. Now this one here above my finger looks like there's some skin and then the centre. I wonder if it's like an orange with like a bit of pith in the middle. Let's do orange and make it nice and bright. Lots of bright colours. I'm going to use the number 4 orange. The 24 is a bit, I don't know what word I'm looking for. Bright. So I'm going to do orange in here. And then maybe like a faint orange. I don't know if you... Sometimes when you have an orange, maybe that's supposed to be an orange with segments. Oh well. Sometimes when you have an orange, the pith gets stained with the with orange colour. Maybe it's just me. I think that's all of those. The skin I am going to do in a darker colour. I was going to say the 42, no, the 24. It's a bit more vibrant. I think that'll work. I was going to colour Snapple. Now this one looks citrusy too, but I'm going to do it like lemon. Like we might have a little bit of lemon to squeeze over. Be nice, wouldn't it? So I'm going to use number 1, which is our sort of yellow. Our fruit salad wants to jump all over the place. I feel like just a little bit in the middle, but this bit a bit more vibrant, and then that edge needs to be really dark. There we go. Now the berries here, I'm thinking, although I want some of them to be blueberries, I'm wondering whether to do some of them in a red as well. So some of them are like red currants or black currants, just to make it a bit more colourful. So I'm going to just start with my 6 and just put in some, because they're too small to be cherries, I would say. Although these are quite big, but I think Johanna was probably just filling up the space rather than thinking about what they were. So I know what she's like. She likes us to decide. It's quite a healthy looking plate compared to the one yesterday. So I might do some black currants. This is the black 9. Let's see if it works. Black currants are so pretty, shiny. My aunt used to grow them. Made jam. Her jam. Oh, I remember how delicious it was. But I was never keen on bread and jam. Wasn't really something that I enjoyed that much. I always preferred just bread and butter. I didn't like the sweet with it. A red currant. I'm going to use the 23, although no, I'm going to use the 2. It's the orangey red. I think that's probably right. I'm just going to sharpen it. Yes, I always prefer just bread and butter. I've always preferred a sort of savoury, salty flavour to a sweet one. Excuse me. Although saying that, I had the most delicious mango yesterday. Me and the boys were talking about mangoes, and we even had a look at one in the supermarket. We just happened to all be out having a coffee together as a family, which was rather nice. And we popped into the supermarket on the way home. And I showed them this. Apparently there's a particular type of mango which is supposed to be healthier because I think I'm going to do those big ones differently. I'm going to do that one as a blueberry. So back to my 6 just for this one. There's a particular type of mango that has a darker flesh which is supposed to be healthier. Because it's more nutritious, got more polyphenols in, etc, etc. And I'm going to use this 23 to do these 2 to make them look like cherries, hopefully. And so we were looking at the mangoes, and they had like a reasonably sized mango for £1, and then this mango, which is the one I was talking about, which was long and thin, had a yellow skin rather than the green that we usually get here. And got a tiny there. And it was £3, and it was smaller. And we were like, no, maybe not. I'm going to use the number 5 for the leaves on the top, thinking maybe it's a bit of mint. So no, we didn't buy it, but and there was a pack of 2 for nearly £3, and they were smaller than the one that was £1. But we didn't end up buying any. It's not what we went in to buy. I've done it quite dark because mint tends to be quite dark. What I'm going to do now is sharpen my black really sharp and put some dots on my kiwi, because they have black seeds, don't they? And so when I was in the supermarket yesterday, they had some pre-cut mango. You see just a few dots. And I bought that. It's always so difficult, I find, a normal whole mango to know if it's ripe and then, or not overly ripe. These really expensive ones, I picked one up just to see what they were like one time, and it squidged in my hand and I got mango juice all over. It was like, ugh. So I didn't want to do that. So anyway, I bought one that was pre-cut, and it was probably even dearer, but I could look at it and see that it was ripe and ready to eat. And so after tea yesterday, we don't normally have a pudding at all, but I was like, I bought this mango, should we have some? My son was like, I'm a bit full. My other son was like, we're going to be even fuller tomorrow. This is the 80, which I'm going to use for the glass. And so we had some after. It was delicious, really good, I have to say. I'm going to put a bit on the edge of here too. I did this on my first glass and I thought it came out quite effectively. I didn't do it yesterday because we had this sort of rim on the glass and I was all sorts of confused. I think you may remember. I'm going to do it across all of it because we need to see that this is a glass and this is piled on top of it. So we need to see the difference that we're just looking through. And yes, I will put some white on here too. There we go. So the white pen, I'm going to start with my really thin pen, the Jelly Roll 5, and do the fruit. And then I'm going to use a thicker one to do some... Is that one that I've missed out? It is, isn't it, there? Hang on. What colour was the red currant? Was it 24? No, 2. 2. For this one. There's better. Okay, so now I'm going to use my 5. And all the fruits, I think, could potentially be shiny. All the currants, definitely. Just a little mark. And on the orange, although it doesn't show up very well on the orange. Not on the kiwi. The kiwi slice that we're looking at wouldn't be shiny, would it? Through the glass as well. You might have to work that pen a little bit. I'm having to work it back and forth a little bit to get the ink to flow because of it being such a slim pen. If you're using your 8, it'd be a little bit easier. There we go. Now I'm going to, grab a thicker one. I think I'll use the 8, not the 10. To do the glass. Now remember what I've said before, you want your line to be parallel with the edge of the glass. Now I'm not brilliant at this, but I'm trying my best to get it as parallel as I can, and then I like forming a sort of triangle shape. Now sometimes when I put my white down it's a bit see-through, and sometimes I think actually that doesn't really matter. I'm going to do a smaller one on this side, like that, and then just put a few lines down, like that. I think that will probably do. It's very colourful. It's a bit jam-packed of colour really, isn't it? But I rather like it. Sometimes I think colour, mixed up jam-packed colour, can look a bit of a mishmash, but actually I'm quite happy with that one. So there we go. Thank you for watching today. We've got a big bowl of ice cream tomorrow, and it's not a see-through bowl, so that'll be a bit easier. In fact, we've only got one more see-through bowl right near the end. Anyway, thank you for watching today. Have a super day and happy colouring.